and that we get to do this on a regular basis. We don't have to, we're not forced to, we get to. Good morning. Welcome to 2025. This is the first video of 2025, first video of the new training block, first video of a lot of things, and hopefully first video all the way to like 1,000 plus subscribers finally. Had a great ending to my 2024. A lot of things I didn't update on, but if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you saw where I was. So Christmas went, came and went. We did our thing with the family, had a lot of cookies made, etc. After, my wife's birthday was on the 29th. I was told to drive out to Arizona to go to the Fiesta Bowl to watch Penn State play Boise State in the college football playoffs. So I went with my buddy Tyler. He was already out there, him, his girlfriend, their friend, and I drove 15 and a half hours there, stayed with them at the Airbnb, went to the Fiesta Bowl, watched Penn State beat Boise State, and then drove back on November 1st. So I didn't make a whole lot of video content in there. I will just post a couple pictures. These were my seats. This is where I was. We were 11 rows off the field. We got some really, really cool. It was really just an awesome day for me. It was a lot of bucket list items all at once. I haven't been to a Penn State game in a while, let alone a bowl game, let alone a playoff bowl game. That was a first, whatever. I have my commemorative cup for the first ever college football playoff quarterfinal game. So I will hold on to that for a long time. I'm phenomenal. I'm happy. 2025 started. I have my race plan set for the year. Now, I did have to make some changes. We'll talk about the changes later. But just know today is day one training for the 2025 race season. 2 races this year. And I'll get to what they are first. For one's in March, one's in June, and that's it for me in this calendar year. And I did it on purpose. There might be a late season race happening, but it won't be anything major. It won't be part of, the Project Boston piece, not yet. That might bleed into 2026 because, like I've said in the past, plans change and we want to take a lot of vacations this year. So we're taking vacations towards the back half of 2025. And because of those vacations and the dates not fully being set, we're changing plans. And then additional things happened over Christmas that I'll talk about later, where also made plans change. So a lot of adjusting for 2025, and I'm okay with it. But I have some things at work. I haven't been at work in like 7-8 days now. So I have to kind of get caught up on everything that's been going on during our shutdown period. Do some meetings real quick, and then this afternoon I'll get a lift, and then I may or may not spend time on the bike just because it's cold as shit outside. So I got the bike set up on the trainer. I may spend some time on the bike just to kind of get some cardio in, because on top of the first day of training for 2025, I've also started a Biggest Loser challenge with some friends, and today is the first day of our 75 hard challenge or workout plan for our triathlon team, which I think only the coaches are doing anyway. But a lot of different things happening, but they all kind of feed into each other, so I'm okay with taking on multiple things all at once. So with that said, I'm going to get caught up on some work. I did just eat breakfast, which is another change that I'll have to show at a later date. It's another Christmas gift that I got that's really going to help really dial in and make nutrition a lot more accurate. But I got to go. I'll talk to you later. See you in the next clip. Okay, so it's 2:30 in the afternoon right now, and I'm about to get started on my first of 2 workouts today. Why do I have 2 workouts? Well, we are in prep for my first race of the year, but I also started a 75 hard program that I wrote for our athletes. And if you know anything about 75 hard, you got an indoor and an outdoor workout. Now, when I based my program off of that, I basically just took the concepts of the dual workouts and the focus. This is intense. I don't want my athletes to worry about, I don't want to have to be responsible for, tracking their personal development or their water intake. We are endurance athletes on our team. We understand the concept of staying hydrated and following a diet or a meal plan when it comes to training. So we're doing this. Plus, since it's only the coaches doing it, we're all gonna follow whatever kind of meal plan we have. Now, I know for a fact 2 of the coaches that are doing it are training for 70.3s, myself and Dom. Oops, I kind of let out the little secret. Helen might be training for 70.3 as well. I'm not 100% on that because I don't have her in Training Peaks. But today's first workout is going to be on the bike, because I have the bike set up in my office now. Ooh. And why do I have the bike set up in my office? Because my second race of the year is not a running race. Okay, so if my second race isn't a running race, what is the race? Well, first of all, let me talk about the first race. The first race is a running race. It is a half marathon on March 2nd. It is the Run the Alamo half marathon. So Run the Alamo 13.1. It is a downtown race on Sunday, March 2nd. It runs a little bit through downtown and then it hits south on the, towards the Riverwalk. Around the Riverwalk and back. It is not the same course as the San Antonio, the Rock and Roll San Antonio or the San Antonio Marathon, but it's still a downtown San Antonio race. The elevation is basically, it's almost a negative elevation half marathon. And why am I running a half marathon when I'm supposed to be training to try to get to Boston? Well, I said things change. And plans have changed for the end of the year. I am not running a marathon in 2025, not because I don't want to run, but because, again, I have vacations and other plans taking place where it's just too cramped in there to get a marathon in time for what I'm trying to do. So, we're running a half marathon so I can get a proof of time for a 2026 race that I've yet to sign up for. Now, that's the first race of the year. The second race of the year, this is where the bike comes into play. The second race of the year is a race that I've wanted to do for 2 years because it was only a 3-year contract in the first place, and that is 70.3 Pennsylvania. And why do I want to run that one? Because it is at Penn State University. Like, it finishes on the 50-yard line of the stadium. So you get to run through the gate where the Penn State players are now, where you're right before every game, the gate opens up and boom, you run through, and then you run along the sideline, not down the middle of the field. The middle of the field would be cool, but you run to the sideline and then up the sideline to the 50-yard line where the finish line is. Now, I've wanted to do that race for 3 years now. The first year I told my wife, we're moving, I'm not gonna sign up for the race. And I think the race would have been the weekend after we moved, or 2 weeks after we moved. We weren't even settled into the house with all the debacle that happened last year getting into this place. So that would have been a bad idea. 2024, I was signed up for it, but after Ironman Texas, the injury to my foot, which I probably could have pushed through in June, but the mental state I was in, I canceled my races for the second half of the year and said, I'm not gonna do it because I'm not in the right headspace. Well, after just focusing on me and the training of the marathon, I said I am ready to go. I asked for it for Christmas. My family agreed to let me train for it. So now we got the bike set up in my office, ready to roll. Zwift, I've already done one ride on the bike to make sure I remember how to utilize it. We are good to go. Dom is set up to coach me for 70.3 Happy Valley, and I am not gonna talk about goals yet, but we are setting goals for this one. And it's going to be obviously a PR, but how far into a PR, that we're going to have to figure out by the time we get there. But first we got to get through the half marathon, the first 3 months, 75 hard, that I started Biggest Loser today. So all of this is playing into a factor into the same time frame. And now it is 2:35 on day one. I'm going to hit a 45-minute indoor bike ride. And then probably later this afternoon, I'm gonna go to the gym and lift. And I might not even go to goals because I can do this workout here at home. I have a chest and back strength training plan workout that I'm gonna do. I'm excited to be back to training for 70.3. I'm excited to have actual goals and to where I know I can, I'm gonna crush everything I can to get there. This is just really exciting. New year, new goals, new mindset, ready to go. So again, I have my triathlon shorts, ready to go. Gonna hit the bike trainer, and probably in about half hour or so, right? Because I got a pre-workout. I got one more meeting I gotta jump on at like 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm not gonna be on there long, but one more meeting, and then I'll be on the bike for an hour, and then I gotta lift. All right, it is 3:30. I'm done with my meetings. I'm actually logging off work a little bit early today, just so I can get this ride done. I was talking to a friend of mine who did Ironman 70.3 Pennsylvania last year, and he was trying to tell me about the hills on the course themselves. And he's like, yeah, there's a couple hills that are pretty intense towards the middle. I got to train for those. So I was like, well, Zwift only has so many comparable courses that you can do. But I did a little bit of research, and I found a way where you can upload a GPX file, which is a Garmin file, right, from the course itself, and create a Zwift file, so you can create a custom Zwift workout based on the terrain. Light bulb. So now all of my Zone 2 rides, where I'm just kind of cruising and doing whatever, are going to be on the Ironman Pennsylvania bike course, broken out by Zwift, which is brilliant because now I get a chance to see those hills. Now I'm only doing 45 to 60 minutes today, and I'll probably slowly start to increase over time. So my first long ride in a couple weeks might only be half this course. But at least I know when I get to those intense work segments, right? Because there's a couple that are at Zone 4 power intervals, intervals, whatever. That's going to be a little bit tougher. So when I'm getting into my rides, I can do this workout and be ready for those hills, so that when I get to the hills and I'm pushing the power I need to push, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this ride, and then we're going to lift a little bit later. I'm going to cool down, I'm going to get a little something to eat, and then I'm going to lift. So I'll see you in a few minutes, but here is me riding. All right, ride is done. It's 5 o'clock now. I got interrupted twice. Nothing worse than when you're trying to ride or get a workout in and your boss calls and wants to talk for half an hour. So it's part of the job. I'm not worried about it. I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying it just sucks trying to get a ride. But I did 45 minutes of the Ironman 70.3 Pennsylvania power course. Now this is the way this course is built is not the actual elevation of the course. The way the course in Zwift was built is you take the GPX, convert it to a Garmin power file. Okay, so what it does is it takes the power based on whoever created the GPX file and says, okay, well there's, I was pushing this much power here, and you can set it based on your FTP and what you want your weight in your bike to be, and how you want to try to manipulate that data based on your particular ride size, etc. And then it just kind of adjusts the power output that you would need on that particular course. It doesn't give you hill where there's a hill, etc. So I did 45 minutes of that course. I'll put it up on the screen here so you can see. So it wasn't a bad ride. Again, this is only the second time I've been on my bike since like May. So the fact that I'm feeling really, really good so far is a positive thing. So I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna eat a little bit, and then later today I'll do my workout, my strength training, because I gotta get the second part of the 2 a day in, and then I'll shower, relax with Connie before bedtime. But so far, day 1 of training is going well. I will see you later for the workout. We're not gonna get into nutrition or any of that now, and I promise as this vlog goes along, as we get closer to Pennsylvania each week, I'll get better footage. I just wanted to being interrupted twice with this ride, I just wanted to get it done, so I didn't get up and move the camera around at all. But I will in other videos just to make it look a little bit more fun. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll see you later when I'm probably in the loft lifting. All right, so it is 7:30. We're finally ready to actually lift. We obviously rode earlier. We ate dinner. I spent time with Connie, helped her with the dishes, fed the guinea pigs. Now it's 7:30. I'm up here ready to lift. So We're gonna pull up today's workout in Training Peaks. It's chest and back. It's nothing outrageous, nothing super cool. I'll give you a couple clips from each superset. There's 4 supersets, different set rep schemes per superset, but it's chest back, so it's opposing muscle groups. So you'll have the first set with bench press and a dumbbell pullover, and then the second one, incline fly with a bent over fly. Incline press, dumbbell press with a single arm dumbbell row, and then close grip dumbbell press with a wide dumbbell row to get the the upper back. And then we finish with one more superset, 3 rounds of superset to failure, where we do decline push-ups and back extensions to knock it out as like the last exercise of the day. So if you're new to the new Training Peaks format, you can set up workouts like strength training workouts where you put the workouts, the sets, the reps, all that other stuff. You can add videos to kind of show for demonstration, add your little notes as a coach. But then when you want to get started, all you gotta do is hit that start workout and it'll start the program for you. It'll calculate the time that it took, and all you gotta do is record your weight used per set for each workout. Now again, these are all customized workouts. There's nothing like, hey, I want a chest back routine, go, and it builds it. So this is one I wrote for me, and I've done it before. I like this, so I'm gonna do it now in training, and we're gonna knock this out. Now, because at Dom's request, I'm still gonna use the watch and put it on strength train and just kind of record. I'm not gonna click for every set and rest and stuff like that. I'm just gonna do it. I just let it run and capture it all. But this is where I'm gonna record my weights, so that as a strength coach, you can go back for all your athletes and see what they're doing, how much they're lifting, are they progressing, are they overloading, are they challenging themselves, based on how quick they're executing the workout. So a lot of good information, a lot of good ways to track it if you're ready to track that kind of thing. But for now, I'm going to get ready to start my workout and go from there. I have a 5-minute warm-up where I'm just gonna do some light dynamic stretching and call it a day. But enjoy the few clips that you're going to get, because this is pretty much it. I'm not going to give you the set prep schemes, not now at least.
The storm is coming, but I'm prepared. I'll be gone for a while, but don't be scared. Right now I don't know if I'll ever arrive. Where the grass is green, we're still alive. I hope I'll see you on the other side. I know that I'll be paying for the ride into the black hole. Sing for my soul. Through the black hole to make myself whole again. You want the truth and you're having doubts, but if I tell you now, the sun dies out. 'Cause I can only give you my heart. When the darkest clouds begin to part, I hope I see.
All right, that's it. Day 1 of 70.3 training, 75 hard, half marathon training, Biggest Loser competition. All of that shit is in the bag. I'm going to be sore tomorrow, but that's okay. This first week, you enjoy the soreness, enjoy how difficult this stuff is, and that we get to do this on a regular basis. We don't have to. We're not forced to. We get to. Because there's going to come a day where we won't be able to. And I'm not really going to wait for that day to start saying, oh, I wish I did. I'm going to do it now while I can. And let that I can't day, let that come to me. I don't care when it is. One day I'll find out when, one day me and that day will meet. But today ain't it. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You keep doing what you're doing. Let's get this. If you're training for an event, comment below what you're training for. All right, let's train together. All right, what are you training for? What's your goal? Drop it below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.